Hello, hello friends. Myself Ajay Raj Singh, and I'll be discussing the GS paper one. So at times UPSC do ask certain conceptual questions which need in-depth understanding of geographical concepts, but mostly the questions are factual. I have seen, which can be answered with the little knowledge. So I would like to inform you that since last 17 years I have been teaching geography, and my geography optional pen drive course has been a phenomenal success. Yashat Sekhar 12th ranker, Rishendra Singh 113th ranker, number of students. You can visit my website at the bottom, all those photos are there. More than them, far more than them. They have cracked UPSC with geography optional, making use of my pen drive course, which includes test support also, study material also, everything. So here we are going to discuss the question paper of 2021. The question is, differentiate the causes of landslides in Himalayan region and Western Ghat. Bhai, both Himalayan region and Western Ghats have landslide, but the causes of landslides are drastically different. Differentiate between causes of landslide. Causes of landslide in Himalayan region and Western Ghats. Differentiate. क्योंकि हिमालयाज में लैंडस्लाइड क्यों आते हैं, वेस्टर्न घाट्स में क्यों आते हैं? यस, द रीजंस आर ड्रास्टिकली डिफरेंट इन बोथ द रीजन्स. देखो, हिमालयाज आर मेड अप ऑफ वीक सेडिमेंट्री लिथोलॉजी. लिथोलॉजी मीन्स रॉक्स. दे आर मेड अप ऑफ वीक सेडिमेंट्री रॉक्स. हिमालयाज का क्या है? दिस वाज द यूरेशियन प्लेट, Eurasian plate, and Indian plate was subducting below the Eurasian plate. This is peninsular India. Peninsular India. Indian plate was subducting. In between there was a water body known as Tithys Sea. In this sea, sediments derived from peninsular India and Eurasian plate were getting deposited. And as the Indian plate continued to subduct, these sediments got squeezed and folded into fold mountains: Great Himalayas, Middle Himalayas, Shivaliks. They got squeezed and folded into fold mountain. As a result, the Himalayas are made up of weak sedimentary rocks which are friable, which can easily crumble. Second thing, since it was Indian plate that was subducting, so compression was coming from south. As a result, the southern slopes of all the three ranges, if you see, the southern slopes are steep. The southern slopes are steep. From north, it is gentle. Himalayas, Great Himalayas, Middle Himalayas, Shivalik all exhibit steep southern slope and gentle northern slope. So landslides are common on the southern slopes, southern side of Himalayas. If you come from China, the slope of Himalayas is gentle, but from Indian side it is steep. From north it is gentle. तभी तो पाकिस्तानी घुस के बैठ गए थे कारगिल में, because from their side, from north, Gilgit and Baltistan, its slope is gentle. From Indian side, it was very difficult to reach the Tiger Hill because of steep southern slope. All three ranges exhibit steep southern slope. एक तो weak sedimentary lithology के हैं, ऊपर से southern slope is very steep. Because of steepness, the southern slope is devoid. It is not only steep, it is also devoid of vegetation. Usually the roots of the trees bind up the soil, but since the southern slope is steep, because of steepness, it is devoid of vegetation. Whatever vegetation is found, it is found on the Northern slope, northern slope of Great Himalayas, northern slope of Middle Himalayas, because northern slope is gentle. Although southern slope has favorable climatic condition because there's abundant sunshine, abundant moisture coming from south, monsoon winds. Northern slopes are devoid of sunshine as well as moisture, but still, since the slope is gentle, so northern slopes have dense cover of vegetation, whereas southern slopes are devoid of vegetation. Since they are devoid of vegetation, there's no protective cover over the Himalayas. There's direct sunshine and direct impact of rainfall. This further aggravates the frequency and severity of landslides in Himalayas. एकदम परफेक्ट टेक्निकल रीजन है. हिमालयाज आर मेड अप ऑफ वीक सेडिमेंट्री रॉक्स which are not so strong. They easily get plugged out. So mud flow, debris flow, rock fall, earth fall is very common. Southern weak sedimentary lithology, southern slopes being very steep, devoid of vegetation, direct impact of sunshine, direct impact of rainfall, further weakens them and causes frequent and severe landslides in the form of rock flow or earth flow or mud flow. Moreover, Himalayas are located in seismically active zone. Mild tremors also trigger landslide. होगा southern side में ही. Landslide will always take place on the southern side of the Himalayan ranges, be it Great Himalaya, Middle Himalaya or Shivalik, because these are steep, devoid of vegetation. And seismically active zone होने की वजह से क्या है कि mild tremors also trigger earthquakes. एंड यहाँ पर हम लोगों ने कुछ डैम्स भी बना रखे हैं. टेहरी डैम, there's further chances of earthquake triggered by this hydrostatic pressure of Tehri Dam can itself cause breakage of rocks and earthquake that can further trigger landslide. Now, तो हिमालयाज में जितने भी हमारे देवी देवता हैं सबका निवास स्थान हिमालयाज में ही है. इट इज अ ग्रेट पिलग्रिमेज सेंटर. कभी मानसरोवर की यात्रा होती है, कभी कैलाश की यात्रा होती है, कभी पहला वो जो है ये अमरनाथ की यात्रा होती है. और जो इन यात्राओं पे नहीं जाते वो पंच प्रयाग तो जाते ही जाते हैं. ऑल आर इन हिमालयाज. मतलब देव प्रयाग, रुद्र प्रयाग, कर्ण प्रयाग, नंद्र प्रयाग, विष्णु प्रयाग. एक तो इसे कहते ही इसको कहते ही है गॉड्स लैंड. जैसे केरला को कहते हैं लैंड ऑफ गॉड्स. ये इट इज अ होली प्लेस. तो वॉल्यूम ऑफ पिलग्रिमेज इन हिमालयाज इज वेरी हाई. हम देखोगे अभी गवर्नमेंट सपोर्ट करती है, प्रोटेक्शन देती है इन लोगों को जो लोग कैलाश यात्रा है, मानसरोवर यात्रा पे या अमरनाथ यात्रा पे जाते हैं. और बेसिकली उत्तराखंड में देवभूमि उसको कहते हैं बिकॉज ऑफ पंच प्रयाग. Volume of pilgrimage in these areas has increased to an extent that whatever little vegetation was left, that has also been that was also removed on large scale to cater to the needs of these pilgrims by constructing hotels, restaurants, dharmshalas, basically resorts. scenic beauty के लिए भी लोग जाते हैं. तो बेसिकली इतने लार्ज स्केल पे जब पिलग्रिमेज होगी तो बेसिकली क्या होगा, उनको उनकी नीड्स के लिए पीपल विल हैव टू दे विल कैटर टू देयर नीड्स टू मेक देयर लिविंग्स. तो लार्ज स्केल ऑल दीज कंस्ट्रक्शन एक्टिविटीज हैव फर्दर मेड लैंडस्लाइड्स वेरी कॉमन इन हिमालयाज. बेसिकली इतनी वीक लिथोलॉजी हो गई है कि क्लाउड बस्ट भी हो जाता है. दैट रिजल्ट्स इनटू फ्लड्स नॉर्मली एंड दैट आल्सो रिजल्ट्स इनटू लैंडस्लाइड्स इन हिमालयन रीजन. वहीं अगर हम एक और चीज है, इफ यू सी हिमालयाज, द हिमालयाज रन अलोंग द कंटेस्टेड जोन बिटवीन इंडिया एंड चाइना. हिमालयन रीजन फ्रॉम लद्दाख टू अरुणाचल प्रदेश, लद्दाख, हिमाचल प्रदेश, अरुणाचल प्रदेश, हिमाचल प्रदेश, उत्तराखंड, सिक्किम, अरुणाचल प्रदेश, all along the zone it is contested between India and China. China claims Aksai Chin to be its part, it has occupied Aksai Chin, and India is having the control over Arunachal Pradesh, which China claims to be its own land. As a result, to protect these areas, government is now on, from last 10 years, the government has expedited its effort of construction of tunnels and roads so as the army can reach the border areas quickly. These construction activities of tunnels and roads have further led to deforestation and further enhanced the menace of landslides. वहीं तुम वेस्टर्न घाट्स की बात करो, वेस्टर्न घाट्स आर मेड अप ऑफ हार्ड Archean rocks like granite and gneiss or basalt. Hard Archean rocks. Western Ghats, basically side view Western Ghats का ऐसे है. This is Peninsula Plateau. This is West Coastal Plain. West Coastal Plain. This is Western Ghat. This is Eastern Ghat. This is East Coastal Plain, and this is Peninsula Plateau. Western Ghats, although yes, no doubt, they are made up of very hard, in fact, hardest Archean rocks. That is granite and gneiss, and it happens to be the most stable region, free from seismic activity, with dense cover of forest. Bhai, Western Ghats between 300 meters to 600 meters elevation, they receive very heavy rainfall. In this zone, they are covered by tropical rainforest, tropical evergreen rainforest, which are known for their biodiversity, flora and fauna both. So, being most stable region, despite being most stable region, why it has become prone to landslide? The reason is Western Ghats receive a very high intensity prolonged rainfall from the Arabian Sea branch. They lie transverse to the Arabian Sea branch. Western Ghats lie transverse, perpendicular to the Arabian Sea branch, and they receive high intensity prolonged rainfall, and that is why they are having tropical rainforest. यहाँ तक तो सब ठीक था. Removal of the vegetal cover in these areas, because of various reasons we'll discuss, this forest cover was removed, and these hard rock formations were exposed to the high intensity prolonged rainfall. As a result, these rocks got weak and landslides became common. Now, due to large scale deforestation, increased mining and quarrying activities, encroachment by human settlement, construction of hydro projects and dams, and monoculture of plantation, matlab diverse vegetation was removed to give way to plantation agriculture, all have caused in the lands, all are the causes for the landslides taking place in Western Ghat region. Western Ghat was not naturally prone to landslides. It is because of human activities that the vegetal cover has been removed and basically construction activities have taken place, that has made it prone to landslides and landslide take place. But Himalayan region is naturally prone to landslides, right? Now, next question. अगला क्वेश्चन ये कह रहा है, although India is a part of Gondwana land, but the mining activity in India does not significantly contribute to its GDP. ये कहते हैं इंडिया गोंडवाना लैंड का पार्ट है, इसके बाद भी यहाँ की जो माइनिंग एक्टिविटीज हैं वो उतनी ज्यादा माइनिंग क्यों नहीं होती है? द कंट्रीब्यूशन ऑफ माइनिंग टू जीडीपी इज वेरी लो. क्वेश्चन इज, डिस्पाइट इंडिया बीइंग वन ऑफ द कंट्रीज ऑफ गोंडवाना लैंड, its mining industry contributes much less to its GDP in percentage. GDP में contribution कम क्यों है? तो हाँ, ये बात सही है. It's true. India being part of Gondwana land, specifically the Peninsula Plateau region, it is a part of Gondwana land, and it is a rich repository of minerals. See, huge coal deposits are found, huge iron ore deposits are found, huge manganese deposits are found in Peninsula region, huge bauxite deposits are found, huge mica deposits, limestone deposits, kyanite deposits, and basically monazite deposits. इनके अलावा जितने मैंने नाम लिए हैं उतने ही हैं. इनके अलावा जो बाकी डिपॉजिट्स हैं, दे आर ऑन अ वेरी स्मॉल स्केल. जो डिपॉजिट्स है ना, कोल, आयरन ओर, बॉक्साइट, मैंगनीज, माइका, लाइमस्टोन, क्यानाइट, मोनाजाइट, apart from this, India does not possess mineral other mineral deposits on large scale. कॉपर नहीं है, अल्बुनियम नहीं है, कुछ भी देख लो तुम, बॉक्साइट है, कॉपर नहीं है, और बेसिकली अदर गोल्ड, ऑल दीज डिपॉजिट्स आर वेरी स्मॉल. अब इसकी वजह एक ये भी है, जैसे गोंडवाना लैंड तो काफी पहले बना था, इट वॉज पार्ट ऑफ गोंडवाना लैंड सिंस अर्ली पीरियड, सिंस इट गॉट सेपरेटेड फ्रॉम गोंडवाना, साउथ अफ्रीका, साउथ अमेरिका, ऑस्ट्रेलिया, अंटार्कटिका. तो लेकिन फ्रॉम क्रिटेशियस टू इयोसीन पीरियड देयर वाज ह्यूज वॉल्केनिक एक्टिविटी, इतना ज्यादा मैग्मा निकला दैट इट प्रेजेंटली कवर्स 5 लाख स्क्वायर किलोमीटर एरिया. इट प्रेजेंटली कवर्स 5 लाख स्क्वायर किलोमीटर एरिया इन इंडिया. सी parts of Kutch, Kathiawad, Malwa Plateau in MP, Maharashtra, parts of Telangana and northern parts of Karnataka. Presently, this basaltic lava covers 5 lakh square kilometer area. So whatever mineral deposits were there, they got buried under the thick layer of basalt. कैसे पता चला हमको? Because on Satpura range, thick layer of basalt is deposited, but at places this basaltic layer has got weathered, and underlying basically these rocks, Gondwana rocks, have got exposed, which have raised the prospects of coal mining in peninsular plateau region. Coal mines हो सकता है basalt के नीचे दबी हों. Presently the southernmost coal mines are those of Godavari Valley, but it is most likely कि जैसे कि सतपुड़ा में below the where the basalt got weathered, the underlying Gondwana rocks got exposed. These Gondwana rocks in peninsular plateau region might also be having the repositories of various minerals like coal and other minerals. तो एक तो ये रीजन है कि 5 लाख स्क्वायर किलोमीटर एरिया गॉट बरिड where the underlying mineral wealth could not be uncovered. Second, इंडिया के कुछ रेगुलेटरी फ्रेमवर्क ऐसे हैं कि जो माइनिंग को स्लो कर देते हैं. माइनिंग सेक्टर इज ओवर रेगुलेटेड. बेसिकली द रिजिड रेगुलेटरी फ्रेमवर्क कॉजेज डिलेज इन अप्रूवल्स एंड डेटर्स द प्राइवेट प्लेयर एंड फॉरेन इन्वेस्टर्स. वो आते नहीं है क्योंकि यार कैंसिल हो गया प्रोजेक्ट, कई बार इशू लाइसेंसेस कैंसिल हो जाते हैं, डिले होती है बहुत ज़्यादा, तो द प्राइवेट प्लेयर्स एंड फॉरेन इन्वेस्टर्स आर नॉट सो मच इंटरेस्टेड. हमारे पास मॉडर्न माइनिंग टेक्नोलॉजी एब्सेंट है इन मोस्ट ऑफ द सेक्टर्स. माइनिंग में जो मॉडर्न टेक्नोलॉजी यूज होती है ना, अब जब से जेसीबी ये सब आया है, रोड बनने की स्पीड कितनी तेज हो गई है, बिकॉज previously technology was not there. It used to take a lot of time in construction of roads. Now in mining also certain sectors have modern technology, but most of the mining sectors lack in modern technology, which imparts inefficiency to the sector. Mining activities result in environmental degradation and displacement of local people, which leads to mass protests, resistance from civil society. That also hampers this mining activities. Or since it leads to environmental degradation, strict environmental regulations are there, so obtaining environmental clearance itself is a big issue. Or फिर land acquisition, being a democracy, the land acquisition for mining activity, that also takes time. और what we have seen कि minerals तो हैं, like हमारे पास कोल तो बहुत सारा है, लेकिन we don't have anthracite coal. We have bituminous and subbituminous coal that is of inferior quality. 60% of Indian coal is of inferior quality. So despite having such large deposits of coal, India resorts to import of coal from Australia and Indonesia. So these are the reasons that mining activities in India are unable to contribute significantly to its GDP. Now, एक बहुत बढ़िया क्वेश्चन पूछा है इन्होंने. तुमने देखा होगा शहरों में आजकल बाढ़ आने लगी है, सिटीज में. तो क्वेश्चन इज रिलेटेड टू दैट. व्हाट आर द एनवायरमेंटल implications of reclamation of water bodies into urban land use? शहरों के अंदर जो वाटर बॉडीज और वेटलैंड्स होते हैं, उनको रियल एस्टेट एजेंट उसको पार्ट करके उस पे बिल्डिंग्स खड़ी कर देते हैं। इसका क्या एनवायरमेंटल इम्पैक्ट है? It is having very severe environmental impact. It is damaging the entire ecosystem of urban area. Environmental question is, what are the environmental implication of reclamation of water bodies in urban areas? Explain with examples. See, increased urban population, the rate at which the urban population is increasing, the influx from rural to urban areas, basically their size is becoming more and more unmanageable. The pressure on infrastructure is so huge कि despite Delhi की सड़कों को देख लो कितनी चौड़ी हैं, and Delhi is having one of the largest metro rail system, फिर भी पीक आवर्स में खड़े होने की जगह नहीं होती है मेट्रो में, और सड़क पर साइकिल चलाने की जगह नहीं होती है. इट्स सो कंजेस्टेड because of influx of large population from adjoining region. तो यहाँ पर जगह की कीमत, लैंड कॉस्ट ऑफ लैंड इज राइजिंग, अब कुछ बचा ही नहीं है. तो क्या करते हैं रियल एस्टेट एजेंट्स इन कोल्यूजन विद डेवलपमेंट अथॉरिटी, दे स्टार्ट encroaching on these wetlands. Bareilly में देख लो, in Bareilly I have seen basically my native city Delapir, there used to be a huge pond. 3/4 of that pond in Delapir has been encroached by real estate agents and houses have been constructed. पहली चीज, ये जो wetlands और water bodies urban areas में होती हैं, they act as natural sponges which absorbs the surplus water of rainfall. जो रेनफॉल का सरप्लस वाटर है, दैट गेट्स एब्जॉर्ब्ड इन दीज वेटलैंड्स एंड वाटर बॉडीज. द सिवियरिटी एंड फ्रीक्वेंसी of urban floods is reduced. But once these urban water bodies are encroached, the frequency and severity of floods in cities have increased. तो रिसेंट एग्जाम्पल, चेन्नई में जो फ्लड्स आए थे उसकी डिटेल्ड स्टडी की गई थी, तब पता चला कि अरे भाई यहाँ तो जितने भी वेटलैंड्स थे सारे एनक्रोच कर लिए गए, जिसकी वजह से चेन्नई में फ्लड आ रहा है. एंड दिस इज द केस विद मोस्ट मेट्रो सिटीज ऑफ द कंट्री. चेन्नई नहीं, मुंबई ले लो, बेंगलोर ले लो, हैदराबाद ले लो, द फ्लड्स, जयपुर ले लो, सिटीज, जो लेक्स थे, वेटलैंड्स थे, दे वर एनक्रोच्ड. दे यूज्ड टू एब्जॉर्ब द सरप्लस रेन वाटर. जब वही खत्म हो गए तो बेसिकली दे आर रिक्लेम्ड बाय रियल एस्टेट एजेंट्स एंड कंस्ट्रक्शन हैव टेकन प्लेस. तो पानी कहाँ जाएगा? इट विल फिल इन द सिटी. सेकेंड, these wetlands and lakes happen to be a major source of recharge of groundwater. भाई अर्बन एरिया cities क्या होती है? These are jungles of concrete. After heavy rainfall, water flows through drains into river into sea. Seep down होता ही नहीं है because most area is made up of concrete. These water bodies in urban areas happen to be the main source of recharge of underground water table. These wetlands and lakes naturally replenish groundwater reservoirs, groundwater table. Reclaiming them or eliminating them reduces the recharge, leading to water shortage and lowering of water table. बहुत ही फिनोमिनल रेट पे हुआ है बेंगलोर में, और बेंगलोर एंड हैदराबाद. It has been observed that the groundwater is declining very fast because of this reclamation of urban water bodies. और दूसरी बात, water bodies happen to be habitat for various aquatic species, and once these water bodies are reclaimed or destroyed, those aquatic species also become extinct. और एक क्लाइमेट के लेवल पे तुम देखोगे मेट्रो सिटीज में गर्मियों में गर्मी बहुत बढ़ती जा रही है. These water bodies play a very important role in moderating the climate of cities by controlling temperature and humidity. Water bodies help regulate temperature and humidity, and once these water bodies are removed, the conditions in urban areas, जो heat island का impact होता है और बढ़ जाता है. The conditions become hotter and drier. Conditions और ज़्यादा hot और dry हो जाती है. Almost all metro cities are experiencing this in India. The cities are becoming hotter and drier because of elimination of these water bodies and wetlands in urban area. And above all, in cities, where it's full of concrete. The existence of wetlands, lakes, and water bodies adds aesthetic beauty. मजा आता है वहां जाने में, पानी देख के शहर के अंदर कोई झील हो, तालाब हो, कोई लेक हो, कोई पॉन्ड हो. इट गिव्स अ मोर aesthetic beauty. It enhances the tapestry of urban landscape. वो भी चला जाता है. Now, next question. Mention the global occurrence ऑफ वॉल्केनिक इरप्शन इन 2021. 2021 में एक साथ बहुत सारे वॉल्कनोज आए थे एंड द इम्पैक्ट ऑन रीजनल एनवायरनमेंट. ये कंटेम्प्रेरी क्वेश्चन है उसका, रीजनल एनवायरनमेंट पे क्या इम्पैक्ट हुआ था. बिकॉज वेन एवर वॉल्केनिक इरप्शन अकर्स, लार्ज स्केल एश is spread in the environment, which not only suffocates the people from creates breathing problem, but also pollutes the water bodies and other habitats. Or the magma upwelling from the volcanic eruption also cause destruction to human infrastructure. यही सब है. So that was related to that year. Now, next question is why India is considered a subcontinent. Elaborate your answer. पहले तो ये क्वेश्चन ही गलत है. India is not considered as a subcontinent. Rather, Indian subcontinent consists of Pakistan, Bangladesh, Nepal, Bhutan, Maldives, Sri Lanka and India. तो ये क्वेश्चन जो है why India is considered as subcontinent is technically wrong, because Indian subcontinent कहते हैं all the region lying south of Himalayas and Hindu Kush is geographically, culturally and politically distinct from rest of Asia. So therefore it is known as Indian subcontinent. Anyways, because of large size, Indian subcontinent is a large size landmass that is part of a continent. India is not big enough to be a continent, but it is small enough to be a subcontinent. India is a part of large landmass that is part of Asia, but it is geographically, culturally, politically distinct from rest of the landmass that is Asia. So it is ideally called subcontinent. इंडियन सबकॉन्टिनेंट, पहले पाकिस्तान बांग्लादेश इंडिया का ही पार्ट थे, है ना, नेपाल वेपाल सब, तो बेसिकली ग्रेजुअली अलग हो गए. लेकिन इंडियन सबकॉन्टिनेंट, यहाँ का कल्चर एक है अभी भी. द कल्चर यहाँ का जोग्राफी, इफ यू सी, इट इज डिस्टिंक्ट फ्रॉम रेस्ट ऑफ द एशिया. So India is a subcontinent because of its first large landmass. It is a large landmass which is part of a larger continent, but it is geographically, culturally and politically distinct from rest of the larger landmass that is Asia. Indian subcontinent को देखो तो geographically you can see it is in north Himalayas separated from rest of the Asia. In northwest Hindu Kush separates this landmass from rest of Asia. Himalayas and Hindu Kush has created well demarcated self-contained region. Indian subcontinent is well demarcated self-contained region which is separated in the north from, it is separated from rest of the Asia by way of Himalayas and Hindu Kush, and in south it is surrounded by sea on all sides. So it is a well demarcated self-contained region that imparts the characteristics of continents to India. Now, India में you can find all those features which are to be found in any continent. In India, you can find all the features which are to be found in any continent. अब जैसे continent में क्या होता है? You have diverse language, diverse ethnicity, diverse culture, diverse religion. All those aspects are found in India. Diverse climatic type, diverse flora. India boasts variety of climates. In southern side, you can see tropical climate, Tamil Nadu, Kerala, Andhra, Telangana. In northwest, vast arid desert is there. In north, at the foothills of Himalayas, temperate climate is there. In upper reaches of Himalayas, alpine climate is there. You can find all the variety of climates. And in India, monsoon winds bring about wholesome change in the weather. From Kanyakumari to Kashmir, the entire weather in the country undergoes change with the arrival of monsoon. Such impact of monsoon is not to be seen in any other part of the world. Truly monsoonic character is found only in India. कश्मीर से कन्याकुमारी तक मौसम का मिजाज पूरी तरह बदल जाता है. इट इज ह्यूमिड थ्रू आउट. मार्च अप्रैल में वो स्कॉच, अप्रैल मई में जो स्कॉचिंग हीट होती, दैट इज रिप्लेस्ड बाय ह्यूमिड weather. The impact of monsoon brings about complete shift in weather from Kashmir to Kanyakumari, thus unifying the entire nation with all its diversity into a single tapestry. The diverse physiography of India has ensured equally rich flora and fauna. मतलब physiography, you see, changes in elevations are there, so different types of climatic types, different types of habitats are found, so variety of flora and fauna. The variety of flora and fauna is so large that India is one of the 17 mega diverse nations of the world. And if you take the case of ethnic and linguistic diversity, India is comparable to any continent. Language, यहाँ 10 किलोमीटर जाओ language change हो जाती है, dialects. In India, you have plethora of languages, different ethnic communities. Matlab, Negroid, Proto-Australoid, Mediterraneans, Nordic, they all came in different waves and further got divided. These tribes got divided, these races got divided into various ethnicities, and those ethnicities had various tribes. Ethnic and linguistic diversity of India is comparable to any continent. India is home to variety of ethnic people who have their distinct language, culture and tradition. ऑफिशियली इंडिया की 22 ऑफिशियल लैंग्वेज हैं. ऑफिशियल लैंग्वेज को कह सकते हो मदर टंग. इंडिया ने ऑफिशियली 22 लैंग्वेजेस को अपनी ऑफिशियल लैंग्वेजेस बना रखा है. अदरवाइज देयर आर हंड्रेड्स ऑफ लैंग्वेजेस दैट आर स्पोकन इन इंडिया. Religious and cultural diversity. India is a birthplace to maximum number of religions in the world. Hinduism, Buddhism, Jainism, Sikhism, all got born over here. And all these people you find following their religious dictates and live with perfect harmony. Rich cultural heritage. Basically, India since ancient time, बड़े empires हुए, both native and foreign invaders, who ultimately got assimilated in Indian culture. And these rise and fall of big empires, each empire had its own tradition, culture, architecture, and the successive rise of various empires, both native and outsiders, they gave birth to rich composite culture. India's long history, marked by rise and fall of various empires, has resulted in rich cultural history. This gets reflected in the diverse architecture styles, traditions, music, art, and cultural practices. So, India is rightly to be designated as a subcontinent, and on globally, Indian subcontinent is accepted globally. So, this was the discussion. We'll continue it in the next lecture. So do consider the pen drive course and see its basically feedback on any fora. Basically, you will find that has been phenomenal success, and live online classes for GS Geography and Geography optional are also available.